Introduce you to this is my iPad, which I have all my music and all my photographs and everything on. There's no joke in it, it's just that having done that, it's now tax deductible. Hey! So, hello everybody. I'm sorry, I haven't really prepared anything. I've been so worried about the royal baby, and I can see that you're all in concert with me on that. I couldn't help noticing that as soon as the baby comes out, the weather's gone a bit shit. That's not a good. Thunder, lightning, next thing I know, a baby has arrived. That's not a good sign, is it? And then we're not going to see it for weeks, and I think we should check that baby, check it for the number 666, written on it somewhere, because it's fulfilling all of the criteria, isn't it? And also, I think it's stolen the soul. I think it stole the soul of Mel Smith. Who's with me on that? It's too big a coincidence. Mel Smith dies, the baby arrives. There's only one soul. If that baby looks anything like Mel Smith, right, we know for a fact that it's stolen its soul. Anyway, so how nice to be here. I'm 50 Shades of Geek, and I love geeks. Not nerds, they're arseholes. They've got another 50 Shades of Nerds that's happening on the other side. A nice geeky audience. This is perfect. And I just want to tell you a couple of things about. I've been to see a therapist, okay, and that's all you need to know. I went to see my mum came out of therapy, okay, and she does something called cognitive behavioural transactional therapy. And if you don't know what that means that when you leave the therapy, you have to find somebody else to go into therapy for you, so that the income stream of the therapist is not compromised. Would you like to guess who is now in therapy? Is it me, right? Okay. And my mum said, "I'm cured." She said, "I'm cured." I said, "What of?" She says, "I no longer blame myself for you being gay." I said, "That's nice, Mum. You were the one that chose to have me privately educated, weren't you?" It's a very good school, very good school. Sex education a little bit more hands-on than Ofsted would normally have approved of. I see you've got detention with Mr. Vass. Yes, I have. What have you done to deserve detention with Mr. Vass? I don't know. I lost a little bit of weight over the summer holidays. So now I'm having therapy. And she's not a good shrink. She's not. I tell you that. I know she's not a good shrink because on the computer is a little sticker that says you don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps. That's not good psychiatric practice. Okay. And the other thing is, I think she has the hots for me, which is kind of embarrassing because she wears these dresses which leave nothing to the imagination, which is a shame because I have, quite a good imagination really. And she keeps handing me these bits of. These pictures, and she says, "What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you?" And I'm saying, "Well, Josie, it just looks like a lady's parts to me. Shouldn't this be an ink blot?" And not a Polaroid photograph. Anyway, I suffer from something called affluenza, which if you don't know what it is, it's when you've got slightly too much money for your own good. But now, I'm pleased to say that after 3 sessions a week, at £150 a session, I no longer suffer from this terrible, debilitating condition, thank God. And she said, "So let's explore why you're gay." And I said, "Do we have to? She said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, the only reason I can possibly think is that I was exposed to a landmark piece of queer cinema at a very young and impressionable age." And I don't know if anybody here has seen it. It's a little film called Star Wars. It's a great movie. You maybe don't, so let me explain it to you. It's a film that is told entirely from the perspective of a gay couple. They are robot gays. One is called C-3PO, who actually, as I think about it, he walks like he's just been... and he talks like a sort of, Camp Teddy Blair, R2-D2, where are you? And his short friend with a speech impediment, who now I think about it, is vaguely reminiscent of Gordon Brown, isn't it? So they go out, and I'm talking about the original Star Wars, not the new crap ones, okay? Because my nephew, who's 7 years old, he phoned me up. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm watching Star Wars." I said, "That's lovely. With your dad?" "Yeah." "What's your favourite character?" He said, "Jar Jar Binks." I said, "Put your father on the phone." I've gone blue. Right, so look, I've written these jokes quite carefully, and yet that is already more interesting than me. This function is not available. The off switch, power off. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
Carbon servants.
Boom, there it goes. Yay! Doing jokes about Star Wars. Anyway, so what the first character we have is Luke Skywalker, and his parents are very protective of him. And the first thing they say is, "Do not go near the old man that lives in the mountains." What, old Ben Kenobi? Yes, old Ben Kenobi, who we discover his real name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right, that is a pseudonym that fools nobody except perhaps the Child Protection Agency. Okay, he goes to see him. The uncle and aunt are killed. Okay. They go down to Mos Eisley, and you're quite a young audience, but you're nerds, so I think this is okay. I'll do my Obi-Wan impression. Okay, okay. He says,
This is Mos Eisley Spaceport. A more wretched hive of scum and villainy you will not find in the entire universe.
okay. Yeah, to some of you, that's Alec Guinness. To the younger people here, that's Ewan McGregor, okay? And that is really going to separate the sheep from the goats with this audience. Okay. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, that's like Old Compton Street on a Friday night. I've been there, because they go straight down into a gay bar. I know it's a gay bar, because the first thing that Luke goes to the bar, bit twinky, and it's a bit of a rough gay bar, and the guy next to him says, "I don't like you. My friend doesn't like you either." You know, because he's not in leather. He's not in leather. And the first thing they do is they hook up with these two mobile prostitutes. Yeah, right, the one is called Tall and Hairy, not a very good prostitute. Hence his nickname Chewy. I can do shitter jokes than that, don't push me. But wait for it, we're building to quite a good one here, so bear with me, bear with me. The other one, Han Solo, which is a porn name, isn't it? A porn name. Han Solo, we know he's a very successful prostitute because he has an enormous price on his head. Don't. I sat there with that phrase written down, pencil and paper, I drew Venn charts and diagrams to put that joke together. Do you want to hear a worse joke than that? Okay, right. Let me try and remember it because I only came out with it the other day and it is so appalling. I can't because it's got too many proper nouns in it. I'll just do another one. Okay, the boy comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, mister, I have a pathological obstruction in my esophagus." And I said, "My God, that sounds like you swallowed a dictionary." That is worse. Is that worse? It's not okay. It detracts from my authority as a comedian, and it takes away from your dignity as an audience member. Anyway, all we need to know is that they are then going to go, and it's basically a battle of wills against this man, Darth Vader, who turns out to be Luke's father. And I mean, he's a clearly deeply closeted individual, is Darth Vader. Okay, it's clearly a satire on heterosexual marriages and relationships. Okay, what sort of man pretends to be dead and changes his identity rather than bring up his own children? Right? Yeah. Okay, and he's supposedly the evil Lord of the Sith. He's given an entire spectrum of lightsabers to choose. And I'll have the pink one, he says. Anyway, so that's why Gay Star Wars is a masterpiece of queer cinema, and I encourage you all to look at it with fresh eyes. Not least because Jar Jar Binks is a massive gaping anus. Anyway, you've been really splendid. I'm really pleased to be here, and thank you very much for bringing us. Good night.